How's it all going, guys? This is Explaining MCU, and welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about Thanos, and who Thanos is, and why he makes any relevance to the cinematic universe, what his purpose is, just basically what his worth to the universe, the cinematic universe is. So if we go ahead and actually say who Thanos is, Thanos, basically, to put it simply, is the big purple guy that you see in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was in the Avengers credit scene, I believe, and of course we saw him in the Comic-Con announcement for Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and 2. We saw him with the Infinity Gauntlet. I forget if he was in what other ones he was in. I know he was mentioned in a couple other, and so, Thanos has been, in the comics at least, a long-standing villain, and the most notable thing, and the reason that he is actually in the cinematic universe, is for an event called the Infinity Gauntlet. Well, it's this Infinity Gauntlet storyline. The Infinity Gauntlet storyline is where, I will cover this in another video, but there are six Infinity Gems. In the movie, they're called Infinity Stones, and you actually see the stones in Thor 2. You see them in Avengers 1 and Guardians of the Galaxy. But it's in the movie called Infinity Stones, so it's a little bit different, and it's a little bit different. It varies from the comics to the thing, but overall, it's the same premise. So in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, you have Thanos, who basically races around the universe to collect all 6 of these gems, and once he gets all 6 gems that you can see on screen now, he actually assembles them into one gauntlet, and this is called the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, basically, to show a test of his strength, and this is a very brilliant example of just how strong this thing can be, he basically snaps his fingers and obliterates half the life in the entire universe. And that's just something that he does with no challenge, no tire, no wear. He just snaps his fingers, and that's it, gone. And the reason that he is actually in the cinematic universe is because they have been leading up to the Avengers Infinity War. Now, this isn't a spoiler, don't worry. They announced the Comic-Con, at Comic-Con, the lineup for Marvel Phase 3, and they have Avengers Infinity War 1 and Avengers Infinity War 2. Now, in those, we're going to have Thanos basically collecting the Infinity Gems and then putting them into the Gauntlet and forging the Infinity Gauntlet. And then once he does that, he will basically have they have a lot of changes from the comics to the movies, so it'll probably won't be the exact same storyline, but it'll be relatively the same. A bunch of superheroes have to go up against him and try to defeat him, and we won't get too into that. You can watch a bunch of videos on it. There's a guy on the YouTube by the name of, I believe it's Comics Explained now, and he has a playlist. I'll go ahead and link that playlist down in the description. And he goes over the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, which is, if you're really interested in this, then you might want to watch that, because he does a very great job at explaining it. Now, what happens in Infinity War 1 and 2 hasn't been revealed, but I have a theory of my own, and that'll be that Infinity War 1 will be basically a storyline called the Thanos Quest, where Thanos goes around the universe, like I said earlier, and collects all the gems, and then he, at the end, maybe we'll have him showing him snapping his fingers, then obliterating all the life. And if we get into why, the reason he actually does this, not going too much into the Infinity Gauntlet storyline that I already have, he basically does it to impress his lover, Death. Basically, Death is represented. She is Mistress Death. I'll show you a picture on thing, and basically he wants to impress her. So he gathers this, and thinking that this will give him her love and respect. And you're just gonna have to read the storyline or go listen to the thing that I linked down below to figure out what happens. So, like I said, I believe that Thanos in Infinity War 1 will be gathering up all the gems, and once he reaches Infinity War 2, he will actually be doing the battle that you see in Infinity Gauntlet. And we still have a couple years away, and there's movies in between that. So with Civil War, depending on how they take it from the comics, I'm not sure that they'll take it exactly the way from the comics, because this is a spoiler alert. You can click a little bit ahead to skip this, but Captain America actually gets shot in the head, and I don't know how friendly that would be for a movie, a cinematic movie, so I'm thinking they might take a different approach. Of course, they've changed things, like, I'm sure you didn't know that in Age of Ultron actually Ultron was invented by Hank Pym, not Tony Stark, but of course they had to change that because, like, Ant-Man and just whatever. And so, yeah, so his basically main role to sum this up is that Thanos simply is there to collect the Infinity Gems and oppose the superheroes. And once he does this, it'll be basically in Infinity War 1 and 2. So I hope that cleared up a little bit of what his purpose is and why he's there, and a little bit into the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. And if you guys have any questions about Thanos, I can help you and answer those, but you have to make sure to comment down below. Of course, Thanos has been kind of on the screen for a really long time, and it wasn't actually until Guardians of the Galaxy that we got a clear look at him, and up until then we had seen different actors and CGI and stuff. I believe they had CGI, but so yeah, so now we officially have Thanos and how he's actually going to be portrayed and how he's going to act, and I'm eager to see if in Avengers Age of Ultron 2, I know they have said we haven't had a end credit scene, but I have read that there's a mid-credit scene, so they kind of did a play on where it's like, we're not lying, but we're not telling the whole truth. It's like a partial truth. And so I'm thinking that there might be like a mid-credit scene, maybe. I'm not sure. That's not a spoiler because I don't know for sure. Yeah, so that'd be interesting if they showed something. Maybe he's like, he says like, I'm gonna go get the Infinity Gems, or like show something that shows that because this is Avengers 2, keep in mind, and the next Avengers 3, or Avengers 3 and 4, however you want to look at it, that maybe will have the Avengers 2 cutscene leading into that, or it could be for the Captain America 3 movie. We don't actually know. But anyway, that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video, because that's pretty much all I needed to talk about in this video. And again, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the description. I'm sorry, not description. Down in the comments below, because I'm always love to answer your questions. And thank you for watching the video. Subscribe if you feel like you want to. I'm not gonna ask you all to subscribe. I'm doing this to educate you guys. If you guys want to subscribe, I'm gonna be doing a lot more. So wild voice crack. And so yeah, so thank you all for watching. Drop a like on this video, subscribe, comment, and also suggest things that you want to get clarified about the Marvel Universe down in the comments below. Damn it, I keep saying description. My name is ExplainingMCU. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.
Be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube, but also check us out on Facebook for updates and memes on comics and gaming, as well as Twitter @TheRealNerdHype to find out when we go live for the Infinity Cast on twitch.tv/nerdhype.